Writer's purpose and audience. It is necessary to work out the specific audience of the text in English language. How do we identify the target audience? First, you can look at context. The context of the text can help you work out who the target audience of a text is. For example, in the text, the latest Fender guitar is an extremely beautiful guitar with clear sound and strong strings. It also contains several gold pieces, enhancing its sound. Using context after this text, we can identify that this text is for musicians and those interested in guitars, for the entirety of the text is about guitars. Vocabulary. Vocabulary can help you identify what kind of audience the text is intended for. If vocabulary is very sophisticated, it is likely that the intended audience is a much older, more sophisticated audience. On the other hand, simpler vocabulary may suggest that the audience is much younger. For example, the text, given the current situation, the government has decided to significantly increase its restrictions on travelling to try and contain the pressing situation. This text would likely have an adult audience, as we can see that there is a lot of sophisticated vocabulary here used that wouldn't be suitable for a younger audience or an audience who is perhaps not as educated, as they may fail to understand some of the vocabulary. Finally, language can tell us about the audience's level of understanding. If the text uses very simple language, we can assume it is intended for people with very little knowledge of the topic. For example, the text. In order to learn to cook from scratch, you must first start by learning how to turn on an oven. This uses very basic, simple language, suggesting that the audience are beginners. Purpose. There are 4 common purposes of writing. 1. Writing to argue or persuade. Here, the opinions of the reader is given and the intention is to get the reader to agree with them. Writing to advise. Here, the reader gets help to do something, as clear instructions are given by the writer on how to do something. Writing to inform. Lots of information is given to increase the audience's understanding of a subject. Writing to entertain. They are enjoyable to read and get the reader to feel something. Purpose with non-fiction and fiction text. In non-fiction text, it's quite easy to spot the purpose. The purpose in most non-fiction texts is for the text to try and argue a point of view. Its purpose is quite obviously to either argue or persuade. Fiction texts, on the other hand, are used to entertain. However, sometimes entertainment may be used for other purposes. For example, to engage the reader first, then persuade them after. I hope you found this video useful. Support us by liking, subscribing and sharing with your friends. If you have any questions, post it on our forum at examqa.com.